Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Big league umpires are off the street and back on the beat. And baseball carries on. The Expos redirect traffic in Philadelphia. The Cubs issue a grievance. 22 runs, not enough. Cincinnati arrests Los Angeles pennant progress. And Tommy John locks up the Red Sox, a sentence of ground balls. Baseball law, order, and disorder coming up next on This Week in Baseball. Brought to you by Gillette. When it comes to personal grooming, most people come to Gillette, makers of new improved Gillette Track 2. Micro-smooth edges make it a better shave.
Sold out again.
The new improved Gillette Track 2, please.
Yeah, say, who needs improved when these twin blades will do?
Track 2 has micro-smooth edges. Makes the blade smoother than ever.
Shave better than these?
Better, safer, smoother, and comfortable.
Comfort, schmumfort, you don't have... But
Do you have the new improved Gillette Track 2?
improved Track 2? Improved Track 2?
The new improved Gillette Track 2. Micro-smooth edges make it a better shave.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Where's that husband of yours?
Okay, watch your back. Coming through.
Must say something.
Is that all you carried up?
Is that all? This is Lowenbrow.
So what are we celebrating?
This is the second year we're sharing this house. I didn't think we'd make it through the second week.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
I shouldn't say this, because you might think I'm serious. But here's to good friends. All right.
Now here's a long-awaited sight, the return of the Major League umpires. It was a most welcome sight. The strike was over. The dispute finally settled. All hail the magistrates in blue.
You guys have rows now?
Switch hitter. He's a switch hitter.
Drink.
They just got right. He's trying to loosen.
Who's the designated hitter here? I tell you one thing, boys. It's a pleasure to be back.
It's a pleasure to have you back. Now let's play ball. The Montreal Expos took on the Philadelphia Phillies in a battle of National League Eastern Division contenders. The Phillies were hot, scoring 36 runs in their last two games. The Expos were not, losing 5 straight, going 28 innings without a run.
It looks like the Montreal Expos are going to be a streaky ball club. We're going to have a tendency to lose a few in a row, and then we're going to bounce back and win a few in a row. Personally, I hope I can get a little more consistency out of myself, but team-wise, we got a chance to be very exciting one way or the other.
In Philadelphia, the Expos made an abrupt U-turn. So did the Phillies. Andre Dawson hit 2 homers in the series, jacked his home run total up to 11, drove in 6 to increase his RBIs to 27. Warren Cromartie lifted his batting average to .312, also hit 2 homers. The Expos scored 25 runs in sweeping the series and came from behind in all 3 games, thanks not only to the regulars, but also to reserves like Tony Salita, who got 4 hits in the final game and 2 RBIs. One major improvement for the Expos this season is a deep bullpen led by Elias Sosa. Relievers won all 3 games, with Sosa saving 2, as Montreal narrowed the gap in the National League East. In the National League West, the first-place Cincinnati Reds sought to widen the gap. The wider the better over the Los Angeles Dodgers, who may have played it too wide open in their visit to Reds country. While manager Tom Lasorda wonders when the Dodgers will get a break, the Reds have been breaking open ball games behind George Foster, among the league leaders in batting and RBIs. The Reds have been racking them up, despite the fact that Johnny Bench was hitting under 200. Against L.A., Bench drove in 4 runs in the 2 victories, showing signs of coming to life. So did Cesar Geronimo, also below 200, who went 6 for 10 in the series. Since he had a bad year last season, questions were raised as to how long Geronimo would hang on in Cincinnati. But his new manager is quite confident.
I don't see any reason why he shouldn't be the player that he was in the past, when I used to have to look out of the third base dugout and watch him perform in Riverfront.
McNamara also places confidence in Mike Lacoste, a young pitcher who can leave them with nothing but air. Ace Tom Seaver knows these youngsters must do their part.
Hume and Moscow and Lacoste, they all did a fine job for young pitchers, and now, you know, there aren't any more excuses. I mean, they've got the time and they have some experience under their belt, and now they have to apply it and do the job for us.
Paul Moscow has also been doing the job. Against Los Angeles, he picked up his 4th win without a defeat, as the Reds took the first 2 games of the 3-game series from their key rivals. With Red confidence surging at Riverfront, Don Sutton helped L.A. escape with a big victory in the final game. Sutton also reached a milestone, his 210th win, more wins than any pitcher in Dodger history. And that includes some pretty fair arms like the Big D, Don Drysdale, whose record of 209 Sutton broke. And the incomparable left-hander Sandy Koufax. Like they say, you can judge a man by the company he keeps, and Sutton's company sits at the Ritz. Now it's time for this week's Volkswagen quiz. The Phillies and Cubs recently played a game in which Chicago made up a 12-run deficit but lost. Now, 2 teams in baseball history made up 12-run deficits and won. Can you name them? Stay tuned, for Volkswagen will ask you again.
That Volkswagen Rabbit really handles. Is that why you're driving it?
Not really.
Well, is it because it can go from 0 to 50 in 8.3 seconds? But then why are you driving a Rabbit?
Because it has more headroom than my Rolls Royce.
Is that such a big deal?
It is. If you're Will Chamberlain.
Volkswagen does it again.
2 outs and 2 on. The Red Sox lead at 2-0 in the 7th inning here at Fenway. Deep to left. Yastrzemski will not get it. It's a home run. A 3-run home run for Bucky Dent. The Yankees now lead it by a score of 3-2. Boy, the last guy on the ball club you'd expect to hit a home run. Just hit one into the screen.
How does it feel to lose it all on a homer by the number 9 hitter? Just ask the fans at Fenway Park.
When Bucky Dent hit the home run, I thought it was just terrible. I thought it was awful.
Sorrow. Total defeat.
The end.
Well, again, it all began with pitcher Mike Torres, who had given up Dent's playoff homer. One Boston paper called this series the invasion of the pennant snatchers. And Torres walked the bases full in the first. This play stopped the Yankees cold in the first, but didn't light any fires under the Red Sox. Instead, some hot Yankee bats came right back and applied the heat. 17 hits and 10 runs altogether. A Boston massacre that recalls last September when New York came to Fenway and tied the Sox for first place by blowing them away in a 4-game sweep. Jim Beattie pitched a 4-hit shutout, going the distance in the regular season for the first time in his career. It was New York's 6th win in a row at Fenway Park and gave the impression that the Yankees might have had their rivals psyched, but that didn't shake Boston's true believers.
I feel the Red Sox will have their day. They've got blown off in the past, but they'll come through one day for me, I hope. I hope.
I'm 10 years old and I've been a Red Sox fan for around 10 years.
I don't care. I'll still stand behind them forever.
Boston bounced back the next day thanks to 4 double plays. Fred Lynn led the way as the Red Sox staged a 2-run 7th inning rally for a 4-3 lead. Dick Drago saved it, and the Yankee spell was broken. The Boston nightmare was over. In the final game, Red Sox ace Dennis Eckersley took the mound, and Reggie Jackson, the man who hit the final homer that spelled the difference in the playoff, took Eckersley downtown over Fenway's Green Monster. One brave Yankee fan even identified herself. It proved to be enough for New York's latest plum picked from the free agent market, Tommy John, who pitched a 2-hit shutout. No small feat for a lefty in this ballpark. It was John's 9th win without a loss. Quite a plus for a pitching staff that topped the league last year. But Boston fans aren't about to start crying, wait till next year. In fact, some see it as a blessing for the Red Sox.
Well, yeah, wait till next year. But I don't think we're going to have to wait any longer. 3 years ago, the Yankees won the pennant by 10 games. Then they got some free agents, and they won it by 2.5. Then they got some more free agents, and they had to go to a playoff game to win it. So now they got more free agents. We should be able to wipe them by 20 games this year.
Meanwhile, in Kansas City, 2 Western Division contenders not overflowing with free agents met head-on. The perennial champion Royals, the upstart Minnesota Twins, trying to hold on to first. The Twins have changed since last year. No more Rod Carew, but plenty of new faces.
We've been very fortunate in acquiring some strong personalities like Kenny Landreau and Ron Jackson and Paul Hartzell and Jerry Kuzman, and it has developed into a rather pleasant team personality as far as I'm concerned.
Ron Jackson not only adds personality, he adds power. 7 homers, 20 runs batted in. Minnesota's success may be traced to new names like Jackson or the astounding rise of shortstop Roy Smalley, who led the majors in batting average, hits, and slugging. But Smalley gives another reason.
I think we're just playing good, solid baseball. We improved our pitching staff a great deal. We've got fine starting pitching, and Mike Marshall coming out of the bullpen in short relief from the start of the season this year instead of midway through the season like he started with us last year, has really kept us in ball games.
Mike Marshall not only had 7 wins and 11 saves, he's got a PhD, and he should know if the Twins can keep it up. How about that, Professor?
It's too early in the year to worry about keeping it up. We've played 30-some games, and we have 130 to go. And before you start worrying about win-loss records, let's get about 150 under our belt.
Of course, George Brett and the Royals already have 3 division titles under their belts and are aiming for 4. This Brett belt kept the hometown crowd up for a while and helped KC salvage the 3rd game of the rain-shortened series. The Royal winning pitcher was Paul Splittorff, who went all the way for victory number 6, as the favored Royals, Angels, and Rangers all edged a little bit closer to those vexing Twins in the American League West. Now, the answer to this week's Volkswagen quiz, brought to you by the 79 Rabbit, Dasher, and Scirocco. Volkswagen does it again. The old Philadelphia Athletics of the distinguished Connie Mack era were the last team to overcome a 12-run deficit and win. They did it in 1925, tying the record set by the Detroit Tigers in 1911, the greatest comebacks in baseball history.
Sold out again.
The new improved Gillette Track 2, please.
Yeah, say, who needs improved when these twin blades will do?
Track 2 has micro-smooth edges. Makes the blade smoother than ever.
Shave better than these?
Better, safer, smoother, and comfortable.
Comfort, schmumfort, you don't have but
Do you have the new improved Gillette Track 2?
Improved Track 2? Improved Track 2?
The new improved Gillette Track 2. Micro-smooth edges make it a better shave.
The Porsche 924. Except for the roll bar, harness, and fire extinguisher, it's a showroom model. What do racing drivers like about this Porsche?
It's like the car was running on rails.
It's the way that this car comes out of the turns. It's just fantastic.
The cornering, the balance. I've driven Datsun Zs, but I prefer this 924.
Racers helped design this car. Believe me, racers can tell.
What will you like about the Porsche 924? You'll never know till you try one, will you?
One thing managers just love to talk about is heads-up baseball. He's out. The hitter, that is, not the pitcher. Heads-up baseball, not to be confused with tails-up baseball, like tagging the base without the ball. Like offering to help when nobody wants you. Or not offering when somebody does. Like pretending you're Willie Mays, a tisket, a tasket, it fell out of my basket. Maybe even pretending you're Charlie Chaplin. Good tails-up baseball involves team play and individual play, like tagging home when the runner is on third. The possibilities of tails-up ball are just endless. Now, the only difference between heads-up ball and tails-up ball is a flip of the coin. Heads you win, tails you lose. And there's only one chance in a lifetime that fans will ever see what they saw at Chicago's Wrigley Field when the Cubs and Philadelphia Phillies played a game that would make an old man dance in the aisles. DePaul basketball coach Ray Meyer threw out the first pitch wild. So was the game. Cubs starter Dennis Lamp was turned out in a flash, thanks to Mike Schmidt and the rest of the Philly lineup. Lamp retired only one batter in the first inning while allowing 6 hits and 6 runs. Pitcher Randy Lurch figured 6 runs in the first inning wasn't a safe enough lead, so he picked up another with a blast of his own. Philadelphia needed all 7 because in the bottom of the first, Lurch also retired only one batter. Dave Kingman got Chicago off the ground. Before the inning was over, the Cubs scored 6 runs. Suddenly, a tight ball game. But Wrigley exuberance was soon deflated by the Phillies, who collected runs like panhandlers collect coins, every way imaginable. After 4.5 innings, 21 runs for Philadelphia. Now, one might consider that an insurmountable lead, anywhere except windy Wrigley Field. Herman Franks and his men weren't about to panic. Reliever Tug McGraw came in early to protect that lead, but Bill Buckner had other ideas. And with the bases loaded, going, it is gone. A grand slam. No National League team had ever overcome a 12-run deficit to win, but Dave Kingman and the Cubs were giving it their best shot. This was Kingman's 3rd homer and 6th RBI of the game. "21-19. Man, looks like a football score. Now all the Cubs need is a field goal, and Barry Foote has the toe. Now, when's the last time you saw a score like that? These delirious fans were wondering the same thing. Mike Schmidt changed that score in the 10th inning for the final time. This blast tied a major league record, 11 homers in one game. 45 RBIs broke another record, but Philadelphia and Chicago fell 4 short of the big league mark for most runs when the game's 11th pitcher, Raleigh Eastwick, finally put Chicago to rest. All right, who did score the most runs? The Cubs and Phillies of 1922 when Chicago won 26-23. The Phillies finally evened the score. How about that? And how about this week's Gillette special? Atlanta's Dale Murphy, who hit 3 homers in one game to beat the Giants, while upping his average to 353, his homers to 13, and league-leading RBIs to 36. Congratulations, Dale. And we'll see you next week, folks, on This Week in Baseball.
Here's a reminder, it's English leather or nothing at all.
English leather cologne for men.